Hey, hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about this very cool new invention from Anthropic called the Model Context Protocol. Now this is actually really quite important, or at least seems quite important from the perspective of moving towards a world where we have kind of more autonomous agents. So to kind of explain a little bit about Model Context Protocol, we're going to start with understanding a little bit about Hypertext Transfer Protocol, or HTTP, as most people do know. So today, we all have access to something called a browser, and usually a lot of people using Google Chrome, we have Mozilla, Firefox, Safari, Edge, etc. And the browser actually is just a user interface that allows users to interact and use the hypertext transfer or HTTP protocol. And the way that it works is that there are files on a web server, so think about it kind of like files on a hard drive that are just these HTML files. They look a little something like this, and HTTP allows you to basically have a uniform standard of communication between browsers and web servers to be able to deliver back this kind of hypertext markup or HTML. And this has been obviously a huge invention because it's given us all kinds of great applications like Facebook and Google and Instagram and things like that. But obviously when we get to the world of AI and LLMs, we have this problem where all of the work that you're actually doing with ChatGPT is this copy-paste workflow where you're coming to ChatGPT, you're asking it to do something, you're coming to Claude, you're asking it to do something, and then you're just like copying and pasting data in and out. So there's no kind of real-time interaction with ChatGPT. There's no real-time access to potentially even private data sources, and that's creates a little bit of complexity because if you want to build more autonomous agents that actually perform work on your behalf, then you need to have that ability to perform actions in real time, to pull data in real time. That's kind of where this idea of like the model context protocol comes into place. And the way that Anthropic describes it is that it's kind of like a USB-C adapter. So think of it as like a way to connect your computer via USB to a printer or to a shredder or to any kind of device that we plug into our computer. And this is actually really cool because similar to HTTP, it's a standard protocol. And it means that basically you can, any sort of LLM vendor, whether it's Anthropic, ChatGPT, or any Llama-based model that you find, can use this protocol as a standard means to basically communicate and build workflows into the outside world with your private data. So you can imagine that Notion or Coinbase or AccuWeather might set up their own MCP server and then be able to write arbitrary workflows that can then be exposed to these LLMs so that you can get to a point where you can actually go into Claude or ChatGPT and say, hey, Claude, tell me my current balance at Coinbase or Gemini, or hey, Claude, give me the latest summary documents from Notion, and making an executive summary and to the stand-up post about what I'm going to do today. This is actually really powerful because it gets to a world where potentially we are actually maybe not even using browsers as much as we used to, and instead the kind of new interface for the most of our computing within an internet context actually comes through a chat-based interface. So this is quite an interesting and novel technology. Obviously, there's a lot to still explore, but you get the standardized integrations, so you can also share different integrations across LLMs. There's the flexibility to switch between providers. You're no longer locked into a particular LLM platform, and then there's also security because you can actually keep your data inside of whatever vendor that you're using. You don't have to immediately connect and ingest everything into kind of the super ship. So really interesting protocol. Definitely encourage you to check it out if you are curious.